What it is, what it do. You already know who it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy, back again with another episode of Doki Doki Blue Skies. Last episode, we made it through Halloween in more or less one piece, and now we're going to continue on with the story. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm excited to find out. If you are too, you already know what to do. Hit the like button and stay tuned, because here we go. Man, it's late in the morning. I'm glad that there's no school today. It feels weird sleeping in this late from doing something besides playing games. I was up until at least 1 in the morning just reading. It isn't incredibly often, but I found myself reading more lately. It started when I found that I was getting tired of playing the same games over and over. Really? You don't have any new games to play? You should probably think about investing in buying some more games then, my G. The monotony of just logging in, playing, winning some but losing more just felt so unsatisfying. While there were some people who I play with every once in a while, we hardly talked about anything except the games. The session would usually end with someone getting irritated and leaving anyway. Yeah, sounds about right. With books, on the other hand, I could open and close them even at school and pick up where I left off. Plus, I don't have to rely on Wi-Fi to read books. That's true. Even with like ebooks and whatnot, once you download them, you could read them on the go. Even up until just recently, when I read for classes, it felt very forced. I still feel that way when I have to read something dry and boring like a textbook. But it's different when I get to pick up something to read that's genuinely interesting. That's usually how it goes. Like, when you're reading stuff for school, it takes all the fun out of it, and then that makes you hate reading. But if you get a chance to actually read something that you like, or read something that actually piques your interest, then that's what gets you into reading. I know my parents used to tease me about that all the time, but it's a legitimate thing. I wonder if I would feel the same way about games if I were forced to play them for class. Yeah, it's usually how it goes with things you're forced to do, you just tend not to like them as much. While I want to dismiss the idea of disliking games altogether, I feel like I'd get tired of anything real quickly if it were forced on me. Exactly. A stomach growl interrupts my morning ruminations. Looks like it's time to grab some breakfast. My morning routine finished, I settle down at my desk. I should probably do some homework. Ugh. What the? English is one seriously weird language. Yeah, it can be. Especially when the people writing the mods don't speak it fluently. It makes everything much weirder. How do kids learn to even speak it in the West? Well, you can learn how to speak anything if you learn as your first language. You know what? I think it's time for a break. Most of my homework is done anyway, so it seems like a good time to take a walk. Man, the gray clouds are really looming today. I was about to say blue skies. More like Doki Doki gray skies, am I right? Hopefully it doesn't rain, so we're not walking in the rain. Although, where am I going? I don't really have a destination in particular. I guess I'll just walk around for now and see what catches my eye. Maybe we'll run into a wild Yuri. I end up wandering near a shopping center. Wait a minute, it looks like there's a bookstore here as well. Maybe I can ask Yuri to check it out with me sometime. But in the meantime, a sweet smell catches my attention. It smells like freshly baked pastries. I wouldn't mind grabbing something sweet right about now. It seems like a quaint little bakery's the culprit for the fragrance permeating the air. And are those Sayori and Natsuki sitting outside? All the more reason to take a look at the bakery. Well, they did say they would hang out together and they do like their sweets. So, that's not completely outside the realm of imagination. Hey guys, fancy meeting you here.
Huh? Oh, hi, Killin.
The two of them are seated at a small corner table. Natsuki's holding a couple of cream puffs to herself rather possessively, while Sayori munches on 3 giant cookies. Oh, look at him. Look at him. Sayori with her sweater, and then Natsuki with her coat and her scarf. Look at him. This seems like a pretty nice place.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. They have some really great sweets, like their vanilla cake. And the giant chocolate chip cookies are super yummy.
Sayori practically unhinges her jaw to take another bite of a cookie. She's like a snake. Like snakes unhinge their jaw super wide, then engulf their prey whole. Is that what Sayori does?
I'm surprised to see you out of the house. What brings you here? Stalking girls in your free time?
Nah, the scent of sweets called my name. Plus, I need to take a break from homework. There's only so many equations that I could look at before my head starts spinning. Not to mention, English as a language is a nightmare to learn.
Ugh, I seriously don't get why you have to learn stuff like Algebra 2 and Calculus.
I mean, unless you're going to be an engineer, you'll need Algebra 2 and Calculus then. Or maybe if you're going to be some kind of computer scientist, you might need Calculus. But I mean, yeah, unless you're doing any of those things, then you make a good point. And this is coming from somebody who had to take Calculus 1 and Calculus 2 in college.
Unless we're doing something really math-related for our jobs, I doubt we'll ever use this stuff. Well, at least English is pretty useful.
I mean, I guess. If I want to be able to read stuff or talk to people.
Hey, why don't you grab something to eat already?
Sounds like a plan. Oh, look at this place. This is cool. I glance up at the menu as I make my way to the counter. Looks like this place has a variety of teas as well, including oolong tea. I should really learn about other types of tea too. Oolong is the only one I know Yuri drinks. She also likes green tea. Nevertheless, I'm sure Yuri would like this place. On top of teas, they have cakes, donuts, croissants, bagels, pastries, ranging from sweet to sour, and pretty much everything bread related. I guess I'll just have a chocolate cake and orange-infused black tea. That sounds nice, actually. They have some chocolate brownies that look really good as well. With my exercise habits, they'd probably be way too rich for me. I set my tray down with a clatter once I get back to our table.
So, what'd you get?
I went with the chocolate cake and black tea.
Not Yuri's oolong tea, then?
Yeah. To be honest, I think it's still a little too bitter for me.
All tea is bitter. It's only good after you add tons of sugar in it.
I mean, not necessarily. Well, then again, I had vanilla chai black tea, which is pretty good, with a little bit of honey especially. I also like ginger tea. I've had it with or without honey. I like it both either way. Maybe I just became accustomed to tea over time, but I don't think you need to add a lot of sugar to tea to make it taste good. Because then it's not really tea anymore. It's definitely an acquired taste. On another note, this cake looks really good though. The chocolate cake is thick and dense, with 3 layers of different kinds of chocolate in between the cake. Ooh, sounds awesome. Just looking at this is giving me a sugar high. And I call the brownies rich. My poor diet. On the other hand, the tea is rather bittersweet, with a hint of orange cutting through the bitterness of the tea. As I pick up my fork, I notice Sayori eyeing my cake. Oh no. To be fair, it is a rather large slice. Is he gonna share it with Sayori? I take a chunk out of it with my fork, trying to balance all the layers on it. I want it to be perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Taking a bite, the sweetness is not as overwhelming as I thought it would be. Instead, it feels like an incredibly thick. Instead, it's like it's incredibly thick. The dark chocolate enveloping my tongue and the fudge melting in my mouth. The girls look at me as I grin like an idiot.
You're making such a funny face, Killin. Yeah, real funny looking.
Hey! This is some good cake, Natsuki. Sayori keeps on staring at the cake. Hey, Sayori, you want a bite?
Of course.
Of course.
She takes her fork and takes a chunk out of the part I didn't touch. You want some too, Natsuki?
Nah, I don't want your boy germs all over it. Are you sure?
Come on. You want me to get fat trying to eat all of it by myself?
You're already out of shape as it is. No need to have you packing on extra pounds.
She takes a chunk of the cake and eats it. If you eat some more, you'll be as big and strong as me someday. She's stuck between wanting to insult me and taking her time to chew so she doesn't choke. This feels pretty satisfying to watch. Sayori, on the other hand, has been awfully quiet. Sayori? It looks like Sayori took another chunk of my cake while I was focusing on Natsuki. She was being sneaky. She's reaching her fork over, she's like, oh, while he's not paying attention, she's like,
Quick, I better eat some more before he realizes what I'm doing.
her mouth's filled with cake. You're so cheeky sometimes. You're trying to prep for the winter now?
Hey, winter is coming. I gotta pack on as many pounds as I can for hibernation. I don't appreciate you calling me fat.
Sayori,
chew your food with your mouth closed like a normal person.
A moment passes and Sayori finishes the mouthful of cake.
I don't like it when you call me fat. Oh, I don't like it when you call me fat.
Sayori, you literally had 3 giant cookies in front of you, and I let you have a chunk of my cake already. Scratch that. 2. She really knows how to put food away. Aww, look at her. Aww. At this rate, you might as well sign up for the sumo club while you're at it. Dang, bro, you're just laying it into Sayori.
They have a sumo club?
I wouldn't be surprised if they did. And if they don't, you could be its captain.
But then I have to lead the literature club. Yeah, I think I'll pass. Besides, you don't want to watch a bunch of dudes in skimpy belts push each other around inside of a ring. Sounds super gross and sweaty.
It's a respectable sport. I'm pretty sure you have to have a fair amount of muscle to do it as well. Or at least, from what I've seen on TV, it seems a lot more than fat people having a shoving contest. Yeah, there's form, there's technique, there's all sorts of strategy involved in sumo wrestling, yeah. Plus, you need to have good balance if you don't want to fall over and lose.
Maybe you should write a sumo-inspired poem if you like it so much.
2 men in a ring. Battle of wills and pride. Guts override fear. I give a mock bow. He did a haiku. He gave a haiku.
That's better than what I expected from you. Far from being as good as one of my poems, though. Did you make up that haiku on the spot?
Nope, I heard it on a show. Unoriginal as always. Yep, totally. I totally made it up on the spot. That's how gifted I am. I got literature, poems and rhymes inside my DNA. I got poem and flow, and it always shows inside my DNA. I got. Definitely a kill-on original. The way Natsuki shoots me a glare doesn't reassure me that they're convinced. Anyway, that cake was pretty good. Well, the parts that I had were good.
Hey, I should get going soon.
Got exams to study for?
You could say that, yeah.
She looks off to the side, obviously not thrilled with going home to study. Looks like I should get going too. Sayori, do you want to walk back home with me?
Sure, that sounds fun.
I quickly wolf down the rest of my food as the others begin packing up. Since I'm here, I might as well grab something to take home too. Hold up one sec, I'm gonna grab something to take home.
Okay. I guess I'll see you all later then.
See you in the club, Natsuki. Oh, she looks so sad. She has to go back to her dad. We wave goodbye to each other as I head back to the counter and buy 2 more slices of chocolate cake to go. Alright, let's go, Sayori.
Alrighty.
I haven't talked to Sayori as much as I'd like to lately, and this is a good excuse to do so, especially since exams are coming up and they're going to eat a lot of my time. So, you think you'll be alright with everything?
With what?
For a moment, it almost looks like Sayori's a little shaken, but she quickly dispels that with a smile. You know, with exams and all that.
Oh, yeah. I think I'll be fine. Monika's been helping me here and there, too, so you've got nothing to worry about.
That's good. Just make sure to take care of yourself. No point in cramming if you end up sleeping in and missing all your exams.
Yeah.
Sayori kicks a rock on the sidewalk a few feet in front of her. It clatters away, bouncing into the asphalt road. Is something up?
Oh, I'm just a bit tired since I ate a lot.
That makes sense. Considering how many cookies and pieces of cake you had, it's no wonder you're exhausted. Ready to go into a food coma. Just make sure to eat something good every once in a while, okay?
Says the guy carrying 2 slices of chocolate cake.
Okay, you got me there. Well, how about this? He gives her a slice of cake. I hand Sayori a bag holding one of the slices of cake.
Eh?
Now we can be fat together! Plus, I want to thank you for taking care of me while I was sick before Halloween.
Together? That'd be really nice, KEEEE. Thanks for the cake.
Maybe I should try playing a sport like Monika. Otherwise, everything is probably going to catch up to me sooner or later.
I'd like to see Monika beat you up in tennis.
Yo, Sayori got really sad when we talked about being together. Oh, Sayori. Oh, Sayori. We arrive in front of Sayori's house. Considering how she's looking so glum, she must be having a stomachache. Sure, that's what it is. Oh well, she'll be fine once everything gets digested. I'll catch you later, Sayori.
See ya.
I sigh as I head back into my house. Well, back to the grind. Back to ye old grind. Well, alright, let's see what tomorrow holds for us.
And with so many Reich marks floating around, hyperinflation became a real issue. Money was more or less useless, kind of like what's going on in today's economy.
Like Monopoly money?
I suppose that's one way to see it. We'll call it there for now, guys.
And that marks the end of another lesson. On to more important news. Yay! It's time for lunch. I quickly check my bag. Oh, god dang it! Of course I forgot my lunch. With a sigh, I start making my way to the vending machine in the hallway. A soft tap on my shoulder causes me to spin around, right round, like a record baby. Right round, round, round. Is it Yuri? Oh, it's Sayori.
Hey, KEEEE.
Yo, Sayori.
Wanna come sit with us?
She motions back to Monika and Yuri standing to the side. They're all carrying their own lunch boxes. For my stomach's grumblings, I'm sure it's pretty jealous of them. Maybe a good conversation with them can help distract me from my hunger? Sure, sounds good to me. Get to spend time with all the waifus, except for Natsuki, but that's okay. She's not really a waifu in this game. few minutes later, we find ourselves on the roof. I don't know what makes the roof such an attractive lunch spot. Maybe it's the refreshing breeze, or maybe it's the nice view of the city. Either way, I'm pretty glad that no one started locking the rooftop door yet. Huh, that's strange. Where's Natsuki?
Oh, she texted me to say she wasn't feeling very well, so she didn't come in.
Oh no, we know what that means. She means Natsuki got.
Anyway, how are you holding up with exams coming up?
Well, I'm not thrilled with the whole idea of exams. I think I'll do well enough on them. How about you guys?
With any luck, I'll do well. Cram school sure helps keep me on track. Monica, you don't even need any luck. You're probably going to be first in our year as usual.
And the probability that your grades are purely based on luck is infinitesimally small.
Thanks for the support, guys. How are you doing with your studies, Yuri?
You know how it goes. Studying isn't the most absorbing activity in the world, but we do what we must.
Translation, she's hanging in there.
Yuri, I'm surprised you actually dislike reading something.
Well, just because I don't complain doesn't mean I like it. There are plenty of books that I dislike for one reason or another.
Like what?
Just books that are poorly written or clumsily thought out themes.
Huh, it's kind of weird knowing that Yuri actually actively dislikes something. Other than manga, that is.
Anyway, what about you, Sayori? How are you doing in your exam preparations?
Sayori looks away, her half smile not exactly emanating confidence.
I think I'll do fine. Some of my classes are pretty easy for me, like Japanese.
Let me guess, you're not so excited for the STEM subjects.
Yeah. I'll be fine though. I just gotta study some more and it should be okay.
Well, that's good. Out of the corner of my eye, I catch Yuri staring at me. Menacingly. Not one to back down though, I turn to stare back at her. Oh, we're having a old-fashioned Mexican stare-off. What's up, Yuri? She quickly looks down, her face reddened.
Nothing! I noticed that you didn't bring your lunch.
Oh, that's because I don't have one today.
Eh? Did you forget your lunch again?
Hey, what do you mean by forget? It's not like my mom packs my lunches anymore.
Why don't you buy anything then? Oh, why didn't you buy anything then?
Lines would probably have been too long.
Guess you're starving today then, eh?
Yep, guess so. Unless the three of you would be so kind as to give me some of your food, cause why not? I sigh. They all unpacked their own lunches already. The food all looks more tantalizing given that I have nothing in front of me. As expected, Yuri brought a homemade bento, while Sari has 2 rice balls. Meanwhile, Monica packed what looks like to be a club sandwich. Man, this is torture. It's funny for me too, cause my stomach is rumbling right now. So I literally feel for MC right now.
Oh. Hey, Killin.
Hey, Killin.
The girls look at each other, bemused.
You go first, Yuri.
Alright. Killin, would you like a bite of my lunch? I'm not very hungry anyway.
Are you sure? I've gone without lunch before, you know. I say that, but I'm still hoping that she shares her lunch with me. The braised pork belly in her bento looks delectable.
Yes, I'm sure. Here.
Oh, Sayori looks so sad. Oh, Sayori, no. She picks up a bite of her food. Using her chopsticks, and offers it up to me. No, Sayori, no! Sayori. Eh? Are you gonna feed me? He's like, eh? What is this? Yuri, it's a little too fast. We're not dating and you're gonna feed me food already. Whoa, baby, in front of the other girls too? A startled look flashes over Yuri's face. Did she not realize what she was doing?
I...
Too late, can't take it back now. I chomped down a mouthful that Yuri's holding. A taste of tenderly cooked meat and lightly aromatic rice flooded my mouth. Suffice to say, it's good. Looking back up at Yuri, her expression nearly makes me spew out the food in laughter. She looks cross between mortified and happy, her face flaming. This is super tasty, Yuri. Thanks for the food.
You're welcome. But next time, you can use the chopsticks yourself.
Haha. Fair enough. By the way, weren't you gonna say something, Sayori? Nope, not anymore.
It's nothing.
She looks down and fidgets with the rice ball in her hands. Really? Come on, you can tell us what's up.
I forgot. Anyway, what you thinking about, Monica?
So she forgot, huh? Normally I wouldn't let it go so easily. Since Yuri and Monica are here.
Huh? Sorry, I kinda zoned out back there. Oh, what'd I miss?
Yuri shared some of her lunch with me.
And he said it was good.
Surprisingly, Yuri looks quite pleased with herself now. Sayori looks so sad. Sayori looks so sad. Sayori, no! Oh, and she fed it to me. this bastard over here. This nigga right here just had to ruin the moment.
Please don't talk about that. Ooh, it's so embarrassing.
Looks like Yuri's really come out of her shell, huh?
Yuri covers her face with her hands, flustered beyond belief.
Come on, guys. Let's give Yuri a break.
Why don't you join in with the teasing, Sayori?
What? Because I'm a nice person. You got us there. Plus, you never answered my question. Right.
Monica sighs and picks at a fingernail.
Well, I've been trying to decide on what I'm going to do in the next few years. It isn't too long before we all end up graduating, so I've been trying to figure everything out.
Aren't you planning to go to college, though?
Yeah, I am.
Despite her words, the tone in her voice sounds uncertain.
That's what I'm planning on doing as well. I've always thought I would be suited for academia.
That definitely sounds like you, Yuri.
What about you, Kellen? Do you have any post-graduation plans yet?
To be honest, I haven't given it much thought. No, I can't say I have a solid idea what I'll be doing at the moment.
Fair enough. We're only second years after all.
Maybe I'll check into something to do with literature.
Good answer.
Monica smiles playfully as she says that.
If you ever need any more literature recommendations, you can always come to me. I'd be more than happy to help you prepare for a future degree in literature.
Ha! Sounds good to me. So, what about you, Sayori?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. Maybe a teacher? That's a respectable profession, inspiring the next generation.
I don't know. If I had to guess, Sayori's banking on getting long vacations.
Well, I wouldn't exactly complain about the long breaks or anything.
She glances around and giggles a bit.
Maybe I could teach classes on writing poetry. I could definitely see you as a teacher surrounded by a crowd of adorable kids.
KEEEE would make a nice teacher as well, in my opinion.
Well, I've been told that before. Huh? I haven't thought of teaching as a career before. Really? How so?
As a teacher in middle high school, I mean. You're very kind and good at listening, so I believe that you'd be good at providing support for students.
Aw, thanks, Yuri.
Of course, it's just my opinion, but I wanted to tell it to you.
She shyly twirls a strand of her hair between her fingers as I smile at her. Aww. Boy. So she's flirting with us. Monica looks happy that we're all having a good time. Sayuri still looks, say it! Say it! Well, I take another bite of Yuri's lunch. The girls keep on chatting amongst themselves. Monica's right. There isn't a whole lot of time before we have to go out into the real world. We don't have forever and ever to stay like this. We can't be forever young. Though I like to be forever young. Provided, I don't think that I like to stay a high schooler forever. No, you certainly do not. Though technically, if you think about it, high school never ends because a lot of people don't really grow up past high school. However, that also means that I'll have a lot more responsibilities to take care of. True. There's also the fact that it'll be tough to stay close with everyone once we all split off to find our own schools and careers. That's true too. There's so many friends I had in high school that I barely talk to anymore because we all went our separate ways. It's kind of sad, but you know, such is life. At least you know that everyone else is going to be doing well, and thanks to social media and whatnot, you could still find a way to keep up with other people if you really wanted to. I mean, what are the chances that we all end up doing similar things at the same place? Not that there isn't any chance of that happening between at least the two of us. Between at least two of us, but you gotta admit that it's small. Kinda makes me sad to think about not being able to talk to everyone every day. And now that I think about it, what will happen between Yuri and I? At this point, I'm pretty sure that I want to stay close to her. Even if we end up having different interests, she's someone who I don't want to let go of.
Hey, Killin,
Huh?
you were spacing out.
Sorry about that. What were we talking about?
At this point, it's really tough to decide on big things like our future when we have to ask permission all the time for little things. Like, we're supposed to decide on what we want to do with the rest of our lives, but we can't even go pee without asking a teacher.
That is a good point. Well, I'm sure we'll figure something out. Well, I guess that's to prepare you for things like when you're at work and you need to take time off, you need to take leave. You have to ask your boss if you can take leave. If you have to go to a break, if you have to go have a bathroom break, you have to let people know you're working with that you want to go for a bathroom break. And then they have to say, yeah, that'll be fine, you could go. So I guess if they condition you for that, you'll be conditioned to do it for the rest of your life. We've got time, so let's enjoy it while we can.
I suppose you're right.
We still have a year left before we really have to worry, after all.
The lunch bell rings. Alright, I'll see you all in the club. Meet me in the club, I'll meet you in the club. I smile and wave a bit half-heartedly. Looks like that conversation brought everyone a little down. Too bad I wasn't a part of it, because I was just spacing out. Also, looks like I won't be seeing anybody in the club. We're just moving on to the next day. But things are going well so far. Oh, we're in the quote-unquote bus. The bus rattles a bit as it trundles down the street. The plastic hanging straps swing overhead, gently overhead. Oh, public transport. You're always there for me. Unless you... well, never mind. I could always count on a ride from you. Especially when meeting up with a cute purple-haired girl at the bookstore. Okay. My man's not even hiding his feelings anymore. He's like, I don't want to let go of Yuri. I want to be close to Yuri. Cute purple-haired girl. He's just full-on head over heels for Yuri now. Ever since I got closer to Yuri, I've been speeding through books. Having someone to read with definitely helps in making sure I finish the books. But it also hasn't felt like a chore in a while. Suddenly, the bus lets out a high-pitched whine as it eases into a bus stop. Here's where I get off. I'm not too far away from the bookstore now. There it is. And there's Yuri. I wave at her, although she doesn't see me. She's fidgeting with her hair and glancing around, presumably looking for me. After a moment, we make eye contact. She immediately smiles wildly and stands up straighter. Oh, that's a good sign.
Hi, Killin.
Hey, Yuri. Did I keep you waiting? Kept you waiting, huh?
Oh, no, I arrived only a moment ago.
Thanks for inviting me out, by the way. Oh, she invited us out. Bro?
No problem. I was going to buy something here anyway. So,
Well, let's head in then, shall we?
let's.
It's subtle, but I smell the scent of lavender and a touch of jasmine oil as she brushes past me. Oh, boys, ladies and gentlemen, we are in there. And we're back in the library / bookstore. Once inside, that scent blends in nicely as traces of old paper and ink emanating from the store. There's a sense of calm that envelopes us the moment we step inside, bolstered by the quiet, lulling sounds of flipping pages. Plastic covers gleam from the bookshelves as we pass by. With each and every step inside, Yuri seems to walk with a little more energy.
I haven't been here for a while now.
Really? When was the last time you were here?
I believe it was roughly a month ago on a Sunday.
Why haven't you visited more then?
You know, it's been busy. I shouldn't be spending so much money on books, too.
She sighs quietly and runs her fingers over the spines of a nearby row of books.
I've been trying to read books online instead to save on money, but being able to physically flip through pages feels so much better.
No, I feel the same way. Sometimes it's just nice to have a book in your hand instead of reading it on the screen. Next best thing though is probably audiobooks. I enjoy listening to audiobooks too while I work out. It's good stuff.
It's as if I just need something tangible in my hands.
Yeah, I think I understand that feeling. It's definitely easier to get distracted if I'm reading something online. There are a lot of books I haven't seen before in this aisle. One novel with a particularly ornately designed cover catches my eye. The Awakening? It looks like one of those books considered classic literature. Yuri notices me eyeing it.
Oh, are you curious about some of the novels here?
I don't know. Maybe that one over there. Why? Have you read a lot of the books in this section? She pulls a copy of The Awakening out from the shelf.
Kate Chopin's The Awakening. I did read this in middle school. To be honest, I don't recall too much about the plot. Hold on, let me refresh my memory with the summary on the back cover.
Her eyes quickly flit over the words on the back, and a moment later, Yuri looks up with a smile.
Ah, yes, it's all coming back to me. This is quite the enjoyable read, from what I remember.
So, what's it about?
Well, it's considered a milestone for early feminist literature due to its social commentary and in-depth look into the main character's psyche. The novel is about a married woman in the late 19th century New Orleans who struggles to find a place for herself in the restrictive society she lives in. Honestly speaking, I believe I like this book so much because I could relate to some of the themes.
Oh? Like what?
Well, some of the most salient themes are solitude and the impact of social constraints and expectations. It's easy to find yourself falling into a solitary lifestyle without societal support. In a way, detaching yourself from society can feel empowering in that you can take control of yourself away from the outside influences. But it can also be quite lonely.
I can see how that theme would resonate with Yuri so deeply. She must have been a loner even in middle school. Well, it happens to a lot of kids, actually.
The societal expectations present in that era's version of the American South all work to repress the main character's true desires and needs. Especially since the main character is a married woman who has struggled with gender roles too.
So you can relate to the expectations in the book society to our own society then?
Of course. Modern day society isn't as oppressive as the Victorian era society. But still, there will always be social norms that people would be hard-pressed to disobey. And at any rate, Japanese society is rather restrictive in comparison to other countries.
You got that right. When I was a kid, I really wanted to move to America because of how freeing it seemed. Well, I mean, I guess. Freedom is relative, yeah, but question is, it's not gonna last too long. country of rock and roll, right? You want to rock and roll all night and party every day.
Ha, I don't know about that. But it's definitely a more individualistic country, a country as well.
America is very individualistic, yes.
Anyway, The Awakening is a beautifully written book. I'd recommend it if you wanted to read a critique of society, although the ending is quite depressing. Oh, was that a spoiler?
Not particularly. I mean, you didn't tell us how it ended. You just know, okay, the ending might be depressing, but now I want to know how we get to that point. Only way I can find out is I read the book. Nah, you're good. If you're gonna recommend the book this passionately, then I guess I gotta give it a shot. I take the copy of the novel from Yuri and turn it over in my hands.
I'll be looking forward to hearing what you think about it.
We continue strolling around the bookstore some more, this time looking for a book for Yuri. She pauses at a display and flips through a paperback book with a black cover. What's that book?
Battle Royale. I assume you've heard of it before.
Yeah, I've actually read a bit of it before. I never finished it though. Speaking of rock and roll in America, the main character in it is pretty obsessed with the US. Although I'm guessing you know that already.
Well, I'm embarrassed to admit that I've never gotten to reading it before. There's just too many books I need to read.
Yeah, tell me about it. So many things, so little time. How about we read it together then?
I'd like that.
She smiles shyly, her eyes twinkling beneath her bangs. And with that, we leave for the front counter to purchase our books. I wonder if that's the same battle royale that has to do with like the Japanese middle schoolers, that in the dystopia future they had to like cut the population of people in Japan, so they take a random middle school and send them in a battle royale setting on some island, and it's like whoever's the last person standing gets to come back. Everyone else has to die off because you have to kill each other. I wonder if that's the same battle royale they're talking about here. In that case, I watched both movies, which is pretty interesting. They're pretty cool movies. I would suggest you guys check them out if you have the time to. There's Battle Royale 1 and Battle Royale 2. The sun's blindingly bright outside, which contrasts aside the chilly nature of the air.
Would you like to get something to eat?
Sure, there's a bakery nearby that's pretty good. They even serve tea. Last time I went there, I had black tea.
Ooh, that sounds lovely. Feel free to lead the way.
Within a few minutes, we're staying in front of the bakery. Through the glass storefront, we can see rows upon rows of pastries and breads. As we enter, a wave of warm air carrying the scent of sweets and teas wash over us.
It smells wonderful in here.
If you weren't hungry before, you'd definitely be hungry now. Plus, they even have oolong tea here.
Really? I suppose I know what I'll be getting.
I think I'll have a cup as well. As we approach the counter to order our drinks, the brownies on display once again catch my eye. You know what? I think I'll have a brownie too. I grab a tray and a pair of tongs to choose my own pastries. Yuri falls behind, hesitantly grabbing a tray of her own. Are you getting anything else to eat?
I think I'll have a small slice of vanilla cake.
By the time we finish grabbing our food, the line's cleared up. Hi. Would that be all for you? I'll have some oolong tea as well as this brownie. The cashier quickly rings me up, while another worker bustles away in the background to prepare the tea. And your order, miss? Yuri sets her tray down on the counter with a clatter. Her voice is barely audible.
Yes, I'll have the oolong tea and a slice of vanilla cake.
Excuse me, can you repeat that?
I'll have the oolong.
Her voice wavers as the red creeps up on her face, and she glances desperately between me and the cashier. Should I do something? I think you should, my friend. Now is the time to help out. Well, I think we should help her out in this case. I think I might as well spare her the trouble and just order for her. After all, I know what she wants anyway. Unless this is another one of those cases where she needs to work on these things herself. In which case I may have to hop in the time machine. She'll have the oolong tea and this slice of vanilla cake. Is that okay with you? Yuri nods her head. Alright, we'll have your teas done in just a moment. As the cashier said, it only takes about a minute or so until our teas are ready. Yuri avoids eye contact as we pick up our cups of tea. With our food in hand, we make our way over to some tables to sit down at. As we walk, she keeps her head ducked down, her eyes steadily trained on the floor. Hey Yuri.
Yes.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just that...
She starts playing with her hair, stroking it quickly. Don't worry about what happened. If you like, when I'm around, I can help you handle all that stuff.
That would be nice.
She breathes with a sigh of relief. Everyone has their own thing that they're good at. You're a lot more book smart than me, and I just happen to be more used to talking to people. We balance out in a way.
Yes, I suppose you're right. Thank you.
Don't mention it. Oh, buddy, my friend, don't worry about it. I'm always gonna have your back, baby. Do it like the kind of guy who go back on an agreement. Settled down at the table, we finally dig in our respective suites. Okay, so it seems like I made the right choice there. I don't have to hop in the time machine after all. Now, it seems like things regarding dealing with people, it seems like we're gonna have to help Yuri with that. But if it's something that Yuri insists on handling herself, it seems like we're gonna have to trust Yuri. In that case, let her handle it herself. Okay, I think I'm starting to notice the trend here. The inside of my brownie is moist and thick. The sweetness isn't too overwhelming. Oh, just like Yuri. While I look around while savoring my bite, chewing at a slow pace. Although the streets are still dotted with people here and there, the foot traffic has started to lighten up. When I look back at Yuri, I catch her looking at me, her eyes filled with curiosity. When she realizes that she's been caught staring, she sheepishly turns red in an admission of guilt.
I'm sorry, Killin. I didn't mean to.
Relax. There's nothing to apologize for. Embarrassed, she glances away from me. Somehow I get the feeling that she wants to say something, but is too shy to say it. As I muse over Yuri's thoughts, I pop another piece of brownie in my mouth. How's the cake, Yuri?
Oh, it's a bit sweet, but very light. I'm assuming you're enjoying your brownie, judging by the smile on your face.
Actually, no, the smile on my face is from looking at you. She covers her mouth with a hand as she giggles. Okay, you caught me. The brownie is really good.
I see.
I shiver as I take a sip from my oolong tea. Man, the sweetness of the brownie really makes the tea that much more bitter. Maybe I shouldn't have ordered it. I wanted to be like Yuri. Yuri sneaks several more looks at me as I continue eating. Oh, that's a good sign. That's a very good sign. It means she likes us. Does she want something? Yeah, she wants you, my boy. What's up?
Nothing.
But as she says that, I notice that she's not looking at me exactly. Rather, she's looking at my brownie. Oh, I see how it is. You just want me for my brownie. Oh. Do you want to try some with my brownie?
It's okay.
Once again, she blushes as she speaks. It's really pretty cute how flustered she can get. Come on, I insist. Before she could protest, I steal her fork and spear a piece of my brownie through it. Here you go. Make sure you eat it while it's still warm.
Thank you, Killin. You really didn't have to.
Hey, sharing is caring, right? Yes, sharing is caring. Share the love, Yuri, share the love. Sharing is always caring, unless it's STDs, in which case sharing is never caring. Or diseases in general, in which case you can keep that to yourself. She giggles a bit as she hesitantly nibbles on the brownie chunk. Man, her eyes are really lighting up. Honestly, I didn't expect Yuri to have a sweet tooth. Pretty good, huh?
It's very sweet, but the inclusion of dark chocolate cuts through that sweetness a bit.
We continue enjoying the food and each other's company, slowly passing the day away. After a while, she smiles, tracing the rim of her teacup with a finger. Ah, yes, that line! Vanilla dialogue for the win!
I really enjoyed our time here today, Kilin. This is a lovely little bakery as well. I'll have to revisit it on my own time.
Huh, thank Natsuki and Sayori for introducing me to this place.
Oh, you came here together with them?
Nah, I just happened to see them eating here a while back.
Ah, I see.
But yeah, we should definitely come back here sometime. We should definitely come back here again sometime.
Yes, that'd be nice.
With our food finished, we get up and throw away our trash. Hey, you want to catch the bus? I think one should be coming around soon.
That sounds like a good idea.
We settle down at the bus stop's bench, sitting close together, but not too close. I nervously tap my fingers on my knee. Looks like I've run out of things to say. Hey, that's okay. Sometimes you don't need to say anything. You just enjoy the comfortable silence. But surprisingly, Yuri saves the day by speaking up.
Today has gone by much faster than I expected. It seems like only an hour ago that I left the house for the bookstore.
She shifts the books in her bag and smiles down at them. Guess that means it was pretty fun then.
I suppose so.
Peering down at the road for a moment, I spot a glaring set of headlights slowly growing closer. Hey, looks like the bus is here. It stops with a low hiss, and I motion for Yuri to get on ahead of me. Fortunately, it doesn't look too crowded. There should be plenty of seats for us to sit together.
Kya!
Suddenly, Yuri stumbles on the steps leading to the bus, falling on her hands and knees, causing the books to tumble out of her bag. Aww. I futilely reach out to grab her, but I'm not close enough to reach her in time.
Ooh.
A few people peep around curiously and look for the source of the commotion. Yuri quickly stands up, her face flustered. As she scrambles to shove the books back into her bag, I reach down to help her. Here, let me help. Are you okay, Yuri?
I'm fine.
With the last of her books in her bag, we finally entered the bus. Yuri speeds over to the first seat that she sees and sits down, keeping her head down as if to avoid the stares from the other passengers. She adamantly continues to stare out the window as I slide in the seat after her. You sure you're alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Despite her words, I notice a wince breaking through her controlled expression. Yuri, let me see your hands.
Eh? Why?
Come on, just humor me for a moment. She reluctantly turns her hands over. They're red from the impact, but don't look particularly hurt. Which means... Did you scrape your knees? She's wearing black leggings as usual, so her knees are covered up, but the material isn't very thick. You know, she can still have scraped her knees. I've done it before. I wore jeans and still scraped up my knees when I fell on the escalator before. Some materials don't play, and the inside of buses are very much near like material on escalators. So I wouldn't be surprised if she messed up her knees on the trip.
Oh, a little bit.
Do you want me to take a look at it? On the bus?
No!
Her sudden outburst startles me a bit.
Sorry. I just meant that it's fine. I'll just check it when I get home and bandage it as needed.
Alright, if you're sure.
Sorry.
What for? She bites her lip and twists her bag handles around her hand.
For making you worry. You've already done so much for me today, and... well, I just feel guilty.
Yuri, you have nothing to feel guilty about. Worrying is what friends do, right? And that goes for everything else that happened today, too. As your friend, I like helping out when I can.
I get it. Thank you, Kilin.
Huh. Of course.
Oh, this has been so embarrassing.
You just had an unlucky day today. You just had an unlucky day today is all. Try not to worry about it too much.
Easier said than done.
Yuri mutters that last statement to herself, probably intending for me to miss it. But I didn't. I have ears like a bat. I hear everything. The conversation fades out after this, leaving us simply watching the scenery blur by outside. Although we're not talking, it just feels right. Just sitting here together like this. After a while, though, I decide to break the silence. It's nice to physically be with Yuri, but I want to continue getting to know her better too. By the way, it seems like exams are coming up. Really? This is what you bring up when you want to get to know her better?
It seems like we've been talking about them more and more lately.
Huh, sorry. You can talk about something else if you want.
No, it's only natural that it'd come up in a conversation. After all, we are students.
Yeah, I think I've been just thinking about them more often because I think things will go well for me this time.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I guess you could say that I didn't like to think about them before. They're such a drag, you know? And I'd rather just distract myself than study.
Killin.
It's fine now. It's fine now, though. I've recently gotten a lot better at concentrating on studying and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure that reading more has definitely played a role in that. Yuri tilts her head and smiles.
Really? That's wonderful.
Yeah, I'm glad you helped me get into reading. So, thank you for that. My heart rate bumps up a bit as Yuri smiles wildly at me. A second later, she seems to catch herself and puts on a more demure expression.
I mean, I'm just glad that you're enjoying literature now.
She starts playing with her hair, seemingly distracting herself from her own thoughts and feelings.
But I'm surprised that you couldn't concentrate before this.
Huh?
I meant, never mind.
What is it?
Well, you seem to be able to concentrate on video games and manga just fine. Sorry for being so blunt.
You're fine. I have to admit that that's true, but those things are fun. They have flashing lights and colors and sounds. Books just have words on pages. But it doesn't count. Concentrating on hobbies is totally different from doing something you dislike.
Well, that is true.
Speaking of video games and manga, I should probably spend more time studying. Of course, we'll still hang out in the literature club, but... Yuri suddenly sits up, her posture much stiffer than it had been just a second ago.
Sorry, but did I do something wrong?
What? I don't really...
I'm sorry, Killin. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Ooh, I just did it again. Sorry.
You're totally fine. You didn't do anything wrong either, so don't apologize for anything. I'm not sure what you did, though. I'm not sure what you think you did, though.
But you just said that you didn't want to spend any more time together outside the club anymore.
I sigh quietly. Aww, she got all flustered because she said we didn't want to spend time with her anymore. I just meant that we should probably start studying more since exams are coming up. I still definitely want to hang out at school, and after exams are over, I want to do a lot more stuff with you. I just might not be able to hang out as often until then. So you see, everything's alright. Well, except for the part about taking exams.
I see. I shouldn't have jumped to conclusions.
Please don't apologize. It's alright. What matters is that we're all good now, right?
I suppose so. It's just, I'm not used to people being so nice to me. Or to people actually wanting to be around me. Ooh, that was so embarrassing to say.
She looks out the window at the darkening sky, although I can still see her crimson cheeks reflecting in the glass. Yuri? I'm not quite sure what to say, but I definitely know a feeling of crushing... I definitely know I feel a crushing wave of sympathy for her. I don't know everything about what you've been through, but I do know that I want to be there for you. So you better get used to people being nice to you. The violet-haired girl turns a bit toward me, allowing a small smile to peek out at me.
Thank you.
As we approach Yuri's stop, we sit in silence again for a bit.
Kilin,
Mm-hmm.
are you...
Oh. Are you okay? She looks at me with a deep sadness in her soft eyes.
Can you promise me something?
Of course. What is it?
No matter what happens, will you keep being my friend?
Without a doubt, Yuri. There's no question about it. A smile breaks through her somber expression as her eyes glisten under the bus's fluorescent lights.
Okay. Also, about the topic we were discussing earlier. Well, why don't we study together?
That's actually a really good idea. You can come over to my house after school and we can study together. Well, I don't know how much I could be of help to you, but I'd certainly benefit from your help. Yuri nods and opens her mouth to speak, but pauses when she realizes the bus is at her stop.
Looks like I'm getting off here then. I'll message you about the details later.
I get up to let her through. Once in the aisle, she steps towards the exit, but stops to turn back to me.
Goodbye, Kilin. Hope you have a pleasant evening.
See you at school. She smiles, and then disappears into the darkness outside. So we're having a study session together. But who knows if it's a study session or if it's a study session. Wink, wink. Anyway, I think we've been going on long enough. Seems like a good place to wrap up this episode here. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you've made it this far, be sure to share this video with a friend who you think would enjoy the series. Subscribe if you're new here, and hit the like button if you haven't already. It's been real. It's been fun. It's your boy JQilin. Ciao for now.